Good morning. It's Margaret Fetty at the University of Sewing, and it is Facebook Live, guys. Well, it's been quite the cold week in Indiana and around a lot of the country, I guess. Although, I guess if you live in California, it's been kind of crazy. I'm sorry about all the fires out there, and I wish you guys all the best. I hope you haven't been affected by it. I have a wonderful giveaway today. I have a sewing kit from Bernina. It's a little sewing kit. It's quite darling. It's a little travel sewing kit to put in your purse. It's got your threads and all the good stuff. So that's in there. And then we have our little Schmitz travel needle card here that shows you how to look at those color coding on the Schmitz needle. And you can either use this for a bag, or you can just leave it in your sewing room so you remember what those color codes mean. I know I never remember them. So then the last thing to add to that is a sweet little Bernina pencil. So these are all, I think, useful gifts. And the way you can win that little package of 3 items is if you will please share, hit the share button, go down in the comments, say you shared, and then it gives us an opportunity when we get to next week during the week. Karen looks through all those shared comments. She writes down all your names. She puts a number next to your name so she doesn't know who's who. And then she selects one of those numbers and you can win those prizes. Now, why do we do this? Because the sharing has introduced us to so many new people, and we are so grateful to all of you. We have the most lovely customers, and this has been really exciting. This year we have grown exponentially. We have had people come to us through YouTube and through Facebook, and sharing is how we reach those new people. So we're really grateful when you do. And Dave is getting, I'm sure that scam call once again. So, and we do this, by the way, you have to hit that share button within 24 hours after this video posting. So tomorrow morning at 9:30, we'll be back here with Facebook Live, and we'll have a new group of things that we'll be giving away, and you can potentially win those if you join us tomorrow morning at 9:30. Fridays, if you're fairly new to this, Fridays are about Bernina, and on Saturdays we talk about all kinds of things within the shop. Now, when I say about Bernina, I'm talking, machines and things related to that. So those are all really important things. So would you like to see what we've got going on now? I am going to start off with some cute little bags that I would like you guys to see. They are a brand new product we just started carrying, and I really like them. Okay, guys, this is called the Goat Tote. Let's see, let's get it correct. The Goat Tote, it's a carry-on case. Now, if you have a small sewing machine, this will fit in it. And I'm knocking over stuff. And check this out. So here's a place to put in your bag. Oh, check it out. They have a nice little shoulder strap that comes with it that attaches right here. You've got side bags so that you can put things in. And this one has a zipper. That's very convenient. I hate things flying around everywhere, so that's really nice. You've got handles right here. You've got the shoulder strap. You have got this wonderful, look at this. It opens up flat. You're going to be able to stick all of your stuff in there. It's got a nice clear bag right here so you can see what you're putting in there. So that's a zippered compartment. Another zippered compartment right here. It's very colorful. I think it's very pretty. So, and it'll be really hard for you to lose it. You've got another bag over on this side. I'll bet it looks like the other one. It does. It has the little zipper compartment and one that's compartmentalized. So really nice setup. Big pocket over inside the bag. Oh, I forgot to show you this. Nice clear bags up on the top. You're going to be able to put everything in here, it looks like. I love this. Look at this. You can slide this on to any kind of rolling case. So this is going to be good for a project bag. It's going to be good for a small sewing machine. You'll be able to put a smaller sewing machine. I know like one of our B33s or 38s would fit into here. So that's really nifty. I really like this. Now, just in case that's not enough stuff for you, and if you're like me, you're thinking about your trips this year, check out this dude. Now, we've got a nice size bag that we can fit over a shoulder very easily. And then on the sides, they've got those D-rings, so you know what I'll bet's in here. Another shoulder strap. Okay, now this was meant to be able to put a small embroidery bag, or I mean one of the small embroidery units in here if you wanted to. But I'm just telling you, as nicely as this is made, this is like the perfect bag for all kinds of things. I'm thinking it's going to fit in your rotary cutter mat. You're going to be able to put a ruler in there. You're going to be able to take this to class. These are really cool. Zipper pockets, like everywhere, guys. Zipper pockets and zipper pockets. Wonderful selection of places to put things. You've got big little area right here to put, I'm thinking the rotary cutter's going right there, in a little case, of course. You can put your bottle of water in that one. I love that. Now let's look inside and see what we've got. Okay, so inside we've got 4 little pockets. So, oh, wait a minute, what's that? Oh, check that out. You can clip something onto there, maybe your keys, so you don't lose them. That is super cool. And on the back, oops, I flipped it around. There's another zipper bag, or zipper area. Look at this huge one, nice and big. And we have another slot here so we can put it over a rolly case. And it even has a little, so isn't that neat? And you know what? If you win this, you could attach it to there and you know whose bag it is. So really nice, guys. I love this. I'm just really impressed with it. Okay, these are called the Goat Totes. This is the Weekender. This one's called the Carry-On. And I think they're going to be super useful for you. Both of them are around the same price. This one is $109.99 and this one's $119.99. Really nice bags. And again, the Goat Totes. So check those out. Of course we can ship them to you. Okay, so I think they're really great. I want to go over here for a minute, Dave, because I just found out about something. I am going to have to talk to Bernina because I didn't get the email. Karen got the email. So turns out our B05 Academy, its sale has been extended through the end of the month. So now you can get this wonderful B05 Academy, and it is only going to be $349. I'm telling you guys, this is such a great entry-level sewing machine. If you have someone who's getting ready to start sewing, this is a great, great machine. You are going to get this nice little solid area here to sew, but it also has a table that goes onto it. This comes off, and I can't do it from where I'm at right here very conveniently. But can you get it, Dave? Oh, you are so good. I was trying the wrong thing. So it has a free arm. That comes off. You have another table that will go on top of, go into this area that makes it a bigger sewing space. It comes with, I believe, 11 or 12 feet for it. It is a great, great thing. And if you're doing kids, this little finger guard is there to help make sure that nobody gets hurt. So that sale has been extended through the end of the month. This is a fantastic idea for that beginning sewer. All right, the other one that is on sale right now through the end of the month is our B64. For those of you who think that you might like a serger, and this serger is gorgeous. It is really nice and big. It does have the free arm. That's very unusual. You can take this right off and it has a free arm on it. You have air threading. So no more trying to thread with your standing on your head. It comes with this cool little paper that shows you this is like your cheat sheet, knowing how to set everything up. Very nice little serger. You are going to really like it. When you get this, you get lessons. For those of you who are thinking, well, do I really need a serger? This is going to get you into it for just $1,000. Normally it is $1,735. You're going to save $736. It is such a good deal. This goes on through the end of the month. I'm telling you, if you've been debating on a serger in any way, shape, or form, get this one. It's fabulous. I really, really like this serger for the price point for people. To get them into a serger, it's going to last you. And if you end up using this for a while and you're thinking, Margaret, I'm ready to upgrade, trade me in this. I'll be happy to take that back as a trade-in. So that is a great one. Now, the other machine that Bernina extended on this sale, because now I have these two Bernettes. The other Bernette that we had was the B77. I have got that on order right now. So all you have to do is come in and I will call you as soon as they get in and you can get that. Now that machine is normally $2,000 and you can get that one right now for $9.99. Really great deal, guys. By the way, we can ship the Bernettes anywhere you are. So if that helps, at least I hope it does. So, all right, let's go over. I said to everybody that I was going to demo how to put the walking foot on your sewing machine. Now, I'm just going to tell you a lot of people struggle with this or put them on wrong. If you put it on wrong, you can damage your walking foot. And I want to make sure you're putting it on correctly so that you don't do that. Or maybe you've never done it. So we're going to demo that. And I'm going to also demo, you know what? I didn't bring over any fabric. Dave, give me a second here. Oh, well, look at that. We have that, but we don't have any thread. So I'm going to grab some here real quick. So we will do that. So, no, you be nice. So let's get some thread and we will show how this puppy works. It's really nice. Now, for those of you who own sewing machines that do not have dual feed, the walking foot is a total godsend. It just is. Because what happens with a walking foot is that it has these little rubber feet on it right here. I'm going to let go of them and then I'm going to push them back up so you can see them. Those rubber feet, what they do is they pull the fabric. So on the sewing machine, I'm going to take and come over here and, you know, to remove the foot on your Bernina, all you're going to do is there's a, can we get over there? There it is. See this little thing right here? It's actually kind of a hook-shaped piece. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it back. And then I'm going to let the foot drop. And when they're fairly new, sometimes you have to pull the foot down. So now that removes the foot off of my sewing machine. And what you're wanting to do is you are wanting to make sure that this piece right here goes around that needle clamp. It is super important that that's the way it is. And then I've got to move this up to where the foot attaches to the machine. And, you know, whenever somebody's filming you doing this sort of thing, and then I'm going to bring this, we're going to go back and show that little hook, Dave, on this side. And there it is. This thing right here. We pushed it back down to hold that in place. It's really important you do that because otherwise it'll fall off. All right, so the two important parts is that this right here is wrapped around my needle clamp, and walking feet all install like this. Now, I'm just going to tell you on the smaller Berninas, sometimes this is a little harder to do. And what I would recommend to you is to consider dropping your feed dogs. My feed dogs are down right now. They're not, I can't feel them. And if you drop your feed dogs, it gives you a little bit more room here. Bernina now has their sewing machines, at least the 7 series, that this foot pops up pretty high. So it gives you a lot of room to get that walking foot installed. But one of the things that happens that I see really frequently is that people don't understand that this little clamp, and I'm going to take and show another one of these so that you can see it. See this thing right here? What happens with a walking foot is as the needle goes up and down, this goes up and down with it. And I don't know if you can see right here, right there, when this goes up and down, see how those move? That's how the walking foot functions. So one of the things that I have to tell the machine is I need to make sure that it knows I have a number 50 foot on. So I'm going to touch that, and it has a green check mark, and then I'm going to hit my little X up here. And now if you look over here, it's yellow and it says the 50 with the foot, and that means that I have changed my foot to a number 50 foot, which is the number for a walking foot on a Bernina sewing machine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to thread. Guys, if you're having problems threading your sewing machine, watch this for a minute. This is going to be helpful. Number one, what you should do is take and put your needle down and then hit the button, the needle up and down button, and hit it so that the needle comes up. When I do that, that means my needle is in the most upright position. But notice what's happened is my foot came down. So when my foot came down, if I have plenty of thread, that's not an issue. But if you don't have plenty of thread, just go ahead and hit your foot back up, because now my tension discs are released and I can just pull some thread. So this is so that I can have enough thread to go ahead and thread my needle. Now, sometimes what happens is right here, we get it pulled down and our fingers aren't quite strong enough to push it the last bit. Look what you can do. Just go from the back of the little needle threader and push it, and it goes in place. Now what I'm going to do is wrap my thread from here around this post. I'm going to come straight across. And Dave, if you can, get over here on the side, because there's a little V cut out. And there's this little V. All right? And that's where our thread needs to go through. And we're going to hold this, but not hard. We're going to have it held just lightly enough so there's a tiny bit of tension on it. And then we're going to release it and look at the loop. Now what you do is you take the loop and you pull the thread through, and now your needle is threaded. I'm pointing this out because a lot of people have trouble with their needle threaders, and I don't want you to have trouble with that. So, biggest thing you want to do with your needle threader is to get that needle in the most upright position. Make sure you have enough thread, and then make sure that you're not holding it with the grip of death. Okay? So, I'm going to show you that the machine, what the machine does now with sewing. We're going to take a layer of fabric. We're going to put another layer that's a different one. And I am sure every one of you knows that sometimes what happens when you're sewing is that you will get, I'm going to put my foot down. You will get, and I'm going to put my needle in the fabric. And I'm going to look and see if it's aligned where I want. And actually it isn't. I want to take that back up. And I'm going to put my foot back up. It hasn't really attached to there. I'm going to put this back down again. But I'm going to do that. There we go. What I wanted is 1/4 inch. And that little line right there is 1/4 inch. So we've got these little rubber feet that are going to help feed my fabric through. And I'm going to hold my thread for the first couple stitches so that it can't pull it down into the machine. And now we are going to go ahead and sew our seam. And I'm doing this as if I'm piecing 2 pieces of fabric together for quilting. Now, where I find that I really love my walking foot is big long strips to put borders on. Because it always seems like no matter how careful I am with putting those borders on, the 2 pieces end up being different lengths. And I don't want it to do that. Okay, I'm going to use my cutter. And my foot's going to pop up. And look at that. That is very nicely done. Oh, we have an icky piece of thread right there. That's okay. We'll ignore that. All right. So we have our 1/4 inch seam sewn. And notice I did it with a whole bunch of very bizarre colored threads. We've got cream on one side and black on the other. And we can't see that seam, guys. That is done very nicely. Okay, I want to show you 2 other things on this sewing machine that you may not know that you can get on a 735. It is the entry into the 7 series machines. There is a stitch in our quilting stitches, and I'm going to show you how I found this, okay? So I'm going to hit my question mark. And then I'm going to go ahead and touch one of these. Piecing straight stitch for sewing patchwork parts together using a 2mm stitch length. Okay, now, oh, where did it go? I did it. Ah, there we go. Now we have it. So what happens, let's go back to stitch number 1 and look at it for a minute. We have a tension of 5.25. We have our stitch length at 2.50. For those of you who have other brands of sewing machines, I'm going to just point out to you that if you have not been happy with your tension or your stitch length, if your stitches tend to pop when you get to piecing multiple pieces, this is something that Bernina has taken care of in setting up this quilting stitch, which is 1303. Now what it has done is it goes to a smaller stitch length, which is the 2.0, and it changed my tension. And why would you want to change your tension? Well, when you look at this stitch, if you're extremely particular, look at the little bit of a wave going on here. It's got a little bit of a wave. When I sew this together now with that lesser tension, that wave will go away. And it's because the tension's a little bit tight. So if you've been unhappy with how your tension has looked with your piecing, this is a great way to solve that. Now, on another brand of sewing machine, the number for tension may not be 4, but you can play with that tension and make it lower. So when you go to your straight stitch, I would recommend for piecing that you consider using, if you're a Bernina owner, try 1303. I think it will really help you. And if you don't own something like a Bernina, try loosening your tension up a little bit and taking and making that stitch length shorter, because I think that'll help you. And I have one more thing on this machine I really want to show you because I was really excited about it. I had never seen this before. And we are going to go to the decorative stitches for a minute. And I'm going to show you using a decorative stitch. I'm going to change the decorative stitch. I am going to make the stitch length, well, normally I could just make it longer like that, but notice what it did over here. It made it really away the stitch density. So we're not going to do it that way. We're going to take and go to our editing feature, and we're going to use what's called elongation. And we're going to make that stitch longer. And if we look at it now, it doesn't look like it's all spread apart. And I'm going to make it just a little longer and see how it filled it in. And now it's the right stitch density. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this in my favorites folder. And you put it in a folder. And you can just touch one of these. And there it is. And we're going to hit the green check mark to save it. Now, we are going to go back to our straight stitch. We're just going to go, and this machine is embroidery capable. So for those of you who have machines that are embroidery capable, you may not know you could do this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to embroidery, and it's going to ask me to put my feed dogs down. See this heart? Check this out. Well, where did my stitch go? You know what? It's not going to work on this one, Dave. It isn't doing it on a 735.
Well, you learned something, didn't you?
I did. I have to go to a...
You were all excited to share this.
I was really excited to share this, and it doesn't work on a 735. We're going to have to go to a 770 for me to show this. Okay, I can't do it on this machine. I am sad, but the 735 is still a just absolutely fabulous machine. I have been super thrilled with it. Yes, you do have embroidery on. Don't worry about that. You just can't save the favorites over into the embroidery files, which is kind of sad. I didn't know that. So we'll figure out something different with it. So I might just be doing it wrong too, because it's a new feature I just learned about. So we can show that another point in time. Okay. Let's go over and see if we can't get the Q-matic to come up, because what I'd like to do is see something. So we have got a really wonderful things that have been going on recently. We delivered 2 long arms this past week. And if you are one of those lucky people, it's really fun. So we are going to get over here, and we're gonna turn on our machine for a second. Let's see. Come on, kids. You know, the Q-matic right here, and it's coming up right now, and I will show you hopefully everything. It was uploading some firmware, so I was a little bit afraid it wasn't going to be ready for us to turn on, but it looks like it is. And there's a little cute little sewing machine we touch, and see, it's coming up, and this is called Q-matic, and this is our long arm, and this is a wonderful way to go ahead. Let's see where I put it. I'll bet you it's somewhere. Where'd it go? You know, Dave, there it is. I'm not touching it hard enough. There it goes. All right, now I've got it. All right, so we've got all these different designs and things. And, you know, a lot of times when people think about the computerization and adding it to a long arm, and if you've got a Q16 plus, a Q20, or a Q24 on a frame, you may only have it set up currently for free motion. What I want to tell you about is that adding this Q-matic is going to just take and change everything. And a lot of times what scares people is they're like, well, okay, yeah, you can do all this, but I'm not a computer person. Well, you're looking at the ultimate not a computer person. It's not that I can't learn it. It's just that sometimes I do find it a little bit hard. I've now been using Q-matic for over 3 years, and I will tell you, I know the tips and tricks. I know the things that will make it easier. I know the things that you can do that will just make it really fun one of the things that we've learned how to do is like put lettering on our quilts. We've had all kinds of really fun things that we are doing. So if you are not right now, if you're a long arm owner and you do not have Q-matic, what I would recommend highly is that you think about it. It's going to save a lot of wear and tear on your body. You can do a lot of customization. It can be a lot of fun. If you add it together with your free motion quilting, oh my goodness, you are just going to be the bomb. You are going to have so many gorgeous quilts you're not going to know what to do with. This is a lot of fun, and it is a lot less difficult on your body because you're letting the computer drive the belts and it will do the quilting for you. So you can go ahead and purchase Q-matic separately. We can come right to you. We can deliver it, set it up for you, and you are going to just love it. Doing edge to edge is very simple, but there is a lot of things you can do to make very intricate, very fun quilts. And that's just within the Q-matic software. They also have another group of digitizing software called Art and Stitch, and that is another whole group of learning. So you get the Q-matic, you get Art and Stitch all as a package. It's really fun and interesting. And I heard from a little birdie that next month Long Arms are going to have some good deals. So you should look at that and see if you've been thinking about a long arm for a while. This is a great time to consider it. If you want to come in for a demonstration, either myself or Denise or Rachel, we can all show you what this machine can do and how you can use it. It's a lot of fun. And again, you get training from us, and we're not going to just leave you in the dark on this. So, and you may be out there looking at this and going, well, Margaret, I bought my long arm from somebody else and I've used Q-matic, but I'm not very good at it and I need some help. Think about coming to us for lessons, and we have set up a few different things. We don't have them on our online classes per se, but it's something you can talk to us because we want to find out actually what you want to learn so that we can teach you about it and get you all set up and ready to go if you're using that. So we do lessons on any Bernina sewing machine, any quilting machine, any Serger. We don't really care where you bought it. We will be happy still to do lessons with you. So if that's the case, call us up and we will be glad to talk to you and get you into some classes and get you exactly what you need. Be on the lookout for, right now, I believe that Alice has added several different Serger classes. We've added embroidery club. We've got software inspirations. If you own Creator software and you have not gotten it out of the box and you have not used it, software building blocks this time, the club is already online. It is set up and it starts off with the people who have got Creator. So that's going to be a perfect set of software for you. A lot of people in the last 2 years have gotten the Creator software. It is time for you to go ahead and get the lessons for that. Okay, guys, I am getting the little hand signal. I'm running over, aren't I? It's Friday. We are here all day today. The weather is warming up. We're going to get to a grand 21 today. Tomorrow it's going to be in the 30s. Next week, I heard that we may even get warmer weather. So I hope you will come and see us. We will see you tomorrow morning for Facebook Live. Oh, I've got some amazing new fabric to show you. I can't wait. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow.